With only one episode left, Starfleet Academy delivers another strong entry into its first season, with Trek royalty behind the camera as Jonathan Frakes directs Episode 9, 300th Night. It's the end of the year for our cadets, and we see cadets committing to each other, stealing shuttles, having family reunions, and witnessing an audacious rescue worthy of Trek of old. Noose Bracca's larger plan set in motion during the Miyazaki attack is finally revealed, with a nice callback to a Voyager episode and an old Star Trek joke added in for good measure. In this video, I'm breaking down what happened in 300th Night, what worked, what didn't, and what I hope to see in the season finale. What Starfleet Academy has done, almost too well, is give the wider cast chances to shine. Now, we've seen Jaden embrace his warrior side, Daram show humility and growth, Genesis become more self-assured in her own abilities, and Sam live an entire childhood with the Doctor. And this also extends to our teaching staff, with Ake, Lura Thok, Jet Reno, and the Doctor getting their moments of character development. You almost forget that this entire show started with Caleb's origin story and how he was separated from his mother. In 300th Night, we finally see the return of Tatiana Maslany as Anisha Mir, after Sam helps Caleb finally access all the messages that Anisha has been sending. Now, the reunion is bittersweet, however, as it is on a planet far outside Federation territory, hostile to the Federation, and Caleb is there with his fellow cadets after they have stolen a shuttlecraft. I mean, it's nice to know that no matter what Star Trek series you're watching, shuttlecraft security kind of sucks. They really need to stop leaving the keys in them. Anisha and Caleb's reunion is everything that you expect it to be. Emotional, but raising more questions. During the cadet rescue, for example, she is recognized by a member of the Venari Ral, but shoots them before it can go any further. Now, there's a popular theory making the rounds on social media. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Ultimately, this is the reunion that we've been waiting for all season, and it pays off well. The fact that it hasn't been a central focus for the whole season, just sort of referenced now and again, means that the audience haven't developed any fatigue for this storyline. With Anisha now on board the Athena with Ake, the one responsible for splitting up her and Caleb, it will be interesting to see how this pays off in next week's finale. A central theme of this episode, and really what this series has been building towards, is the idea of a chosen family. At the beginning of the episode, Jaden leads the other cadets through a Klingon ritual, declaring them to be his chosen family. In turn, all the cadets join him, all except Caleb, which at this point in the season does feel a little out of place. As I've said already, by not focusing too heavily on the search for his mother, it made his reunion with her more rewarding. However, throughout this season, it appeared that Caleb was letting his guard down and was growing closer to the other cadets. So it is jarring that he first walks away from Jaden, but then also walks away from his friends after meeting his mother again. Luckily, a change of heart, and the others being in danger, leads to Caleb, much to his mother's disappointment, something most of us can probably relate to, returning to help his friends before being rescued by the Athena. Now, this era of Star Trek is sure a big fan of the big ship swooping in close to our protagonists for a last-minute rescue. At the end of this episode, we are left in a place where Caleb tried to walk away from his chosen family but couldn't. And now they're all trapped together outside of Federation space, with Anisha not happy that Caleb is part of Starfleet, and Caleb's fellow cadets and friends having been betrayed by him once, probably really wary of him. This episode was all about Caleb's choice between his mother or Starfleet, and it definitely feels like there's a big decision being set up for Caleb in this season finale. It's revealed that Noose Bracca stole Omega-47 from the experimental space station in the episode Come Let's Away. Now, eagle-eyed fans of Star Trek, Voyager in particular, will remember the Omega molecule from the episode The Omega Directive. A highly volatile molecule that can render warp travel impossible by destroying subspace. Now, it's established in Voyager that there is a secret directive that requires Starfleet captains to destroy any Omega molecule if it is detected. So it does feel a bit suspect that Starfleet has it themselves, considering their established directive. I mean, why are they studying and storing it, and for what purpose? It is revealed that Nusbraka also stole some mines, placed the Omega-47 into them, and has surrounded the Federation, creating the risk of a burn-level collapse of warp travel. This is the worst scenario for the Federation, trapped and unable to expand or call for help. However, the saucer section of the Athena is just outside this minefield, setting up the season finale with the cadets and crew left on the Athena, finding a way to disable this minefield. Oh, and one last deep cut reference happens in this episode as well. Now, this variant of Omega is Omega-47. 47 is a number that has frequently appeared in Star Trek thanks to the Next Generation and Voyager writer Joe Menosky. Now, for those who don't know, 47 refers to a club at Penoma College called the 47 Society, which claims that there is a mathematical proof that all numbers are equal to 47, and that the number 47 occurs with greater frequency in nature than other numbers. This is such a deep-cut joke. I don't know how anyone can claim that the writers of this new show don't know Star Trek. Honestly, I struggled to think of anything that didn't work in this episode. It's tightly written, has great pacing, and really good action sequences. And I wouldn't expect anything less from Jonathan Frakes' direction. The work in fleshing out our characters in the previous episodes really pays off here, and the reintroduction of Anisha Mir is handled well. Now, the only criticism I can really give is I've already discussed how Caleb acts towards Jaden during the Chosen Family scene, and it's jarring. The only thing is that I felt that Jaden and Tarima were a little tacked on, and look, I really am clutching at straws here, because they were the ones that warned Ake of Caleb's plan, setting in motion the rescue attempt. Overall, this is a really strong episode, and I cannot wait for the season finale. It really feels like the pieces are lined up for quite a few things to happen. I look forward to the return of Nusbraka, as the chemistry between Holly Hunter's Ake and Paul Giamatti's Braka is on another level. We'll almost certainly see the retaking of the rest of the Athena and the destruction of the Omega minefield, but honestly, the thing I'm most interested in is one character: Anisha. Now, if you spend time on social media reading about Starfleet Academy, once you get past the toxic fans, there are people discussing theories, and one that I am drawn to is that the big bad isn't Nusbraka, but actually Anisha. For me, this would be a really interesting thing to do, as it would force Caleb to choose between his mother or Starfleet. Are the bonds he formed with his fellow cadets stronger than the one with his mother, who he hasn't seen in 16 years? And whilst it would be fun, I have a niggling doubt that this is what they will do. But trust me when I say that myself and a lot of fans of this show are awaiting with bated breath. And there you have it, my thoughts and review of 300th Night, the 9th episode of Starfleet Academy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think is the big bad? And if you want to join the discussion, you'll need to be subscribed, which also helps me push towards that 1,000 subscriber goal. So if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.